A few weeks ago, a girl named Aisha moved into the apartment right across from mine. She looked quiet, delicate, yet there was something in her eyes that hinted at a deeper story. She lived alone, and I assumed she was either away from her family or carrying some emotional burden. Most evenings, I sat in my balcony with a cup of tea, watching her come and go. The first time I saw her, I felt an unexplained pull, but I never said a word. One afternoon her doorbell broke. I happened to be in the hallway when she stepped out and looked at me. "Excuse me, do you have an electrician's number?" she asked softly. Smiled. "I don't have a number, but you'll get the service." That was the first time I entered her home. It was small but tidy, filled with a warm silence. She made tea while I fixed the doorbell. As she handed me the cup, her fingers trembled slightly. Maybe it was just the loneliness, or maybe something more. In the days that followed, we grew closer. Whenever she needed anything, help with groceries, fixing lights, lifting boxes, I was there. And every time, I noticed her eyes lingered on me a little longer, full of gratitude, and something unspoken. One evening the power went out in the building. It was completely dark. I knocked on her door and heard her voice from inside. "I'm scared, please come in." She was sitting near a candle. The soft glow made her face look even more beautiful. She wrapped her dupatta around her chest a little tighter, but her eyes spoke a different language. I moved closer and gently held her hand. "You're alone, but I'm always here," I whispered. She didn't respond, just looked down. Her hair brushed against my shoulder. That moment felt frozen in time. I reached up slowly, tucking her hair behind her ear. She didn't move. Her eyes fluttered closed. I leaned in and we kissed, our first kiss. It was soft, hesitant, filled with emotions neither of us had dared speak. That night I didn't do anything more. I just held her. My hand slowly caressed her back, not with lust but with care. She had always feared someone might take advantage of her silence, but I wanted to be the one who protected it. In that stillness, with only the candlelight and our breathing between us, we created a quiet world of our own, where desire was wrapped in respect, and love waited patiently to unfold. Since that night something between us changed. Aisha had started smiling more. She would knock on my door randomly just to ask if I had sugar or salt, things she probably didn't need. I always welcomed her with a calm smile, never pushing, just being there. One rainy evening there was a knock again. She stood outside, drenched, shivering slightly. "My window broke. Water's leaking in. Can I stay here for a bit?" she asked. I nodded and stepped aside. Her clothes clung to her, and I quickly grabbed a towel. "Here," I said. "Dry off." She wiped her face and then stood silently in the middle of my living room, unsure. "You can wear something dry," I offered, handing her one of my shirts. "Go change inside." When she came out she looked soft, vulnerable. My oversized shirt barely covered her thighs. She sat on the couch and looked at me, eyes filled with something more than just gratitude. "I feel safe here," she whispered. I sat beside her, close but careful. "That's all I ever want you to feel." She turned her face toward me. "You never ask for anything. But I know you feel things. Just like I do." Her words were soft, hesitant. I gently placed my hand on her cheek. "Yes, I do. But I want you to come to me when you're ready." Aisha leaned forward and kissed me. This time slower, deeper. Her hands trembled as she held on to me. I wrapped my arms around her, pulling her into my lap. She rested her head against my chest, and I stroked her hair, letting her feel every heartbeat I had held back for so long. My fingers slid gently along her arms, down to her waist. She didn't resist, she leaned in. I kissed her neck, slowly, savoring her warmth. Her breathing changed, soft and fast. We didn't rush. I carried her gently to the bed, laying her down with care. My lips traced the line of her collarbone, her fingers holding tightly onto mine. Every touch was full of longing and hidden desire, now finally set free. There was no hunger, just emotion. No demand, only devotion. We made love quietly, surrounded by the sound of rain outside. I kissed every part of her like a promise, while she looked into my eyes like she'd finally found peace. And when it was over, she rested her head on my chest and whispered, "You didn't just touch my body. You touched the parts of me I kept hidden from everyone." I held her tighter. "I never wanted just your body, Aisha. I wanted you." That night, love wasn't loud. It was soft, slow, and deep. And in that silence, our story truly began.